Hello. Alright. Let me see if I can get my tablet display. That's not my tablet. That's my main monitor. Tablet. There we go. Alrighty. Today we are going to attempt to draw our first emote. I have a couple references of what some other people have done. Which I'm going to share them on screen. I'm not going to copy them one-to-one, but it's the general gist here. So I have my reference images. So mainly it's this idea of like holding a giant heart in this kind of pose is what I'm going to try to do. Seems like that's like the most common one. So I'm going to try to do that, and we'll see how well it works. I have noticed that a lot of people will draw their characters facing towards the left, but I wanted to try something a little different. So we'll see. I mean, we might just mess around with some stuff. We might not even finish it tonight, but I'm hoping that maybe we can get something down, hopefully. Oh, I gotta swap I open my tablet software really quick. Here we go. Now my pen should work on this. There we go. So let's find a actual pen here. We'll use this one. This one is really good for sketching because it's just one constant pressure. So we don't have to worry about how our lines look. We just basically build the structure of it. Let me pull up my reference again. I guess the reason it makes sense now. The reason that they put it the way they do with like how they hold the heart is because it's facing towards the stream, because the chat's typically on the right side. So we might stick to that. And it's okay if it cuts out. I think we're fine with that. So if we have some hair coming off of the head and just clipping, we're gonna say that's okay. They're typically at like an angle, so we might do the same thing. And we're not really gonna see the chin, but we still do want to draw it. Our eye line will probably be right around here. Hey, cat. So, you know, I know a lot of people talk about how much they hate the Loomis method, but it works just so well for me. So I just keep doing it because it's how I draw my heads, and I feel like it's fine. Maybe we don't worry about too much yet. Maybe we just start drawing where the eyes would be and then get a scale for that. So let me open up. I wanted to make it similar to my profile picture, but I didn't draw my profile picture. The person who drew my profile picture was Kitsu over at Fiverr. So that's kind of like will be... Maybe I don't look at that at all. I don't want to pull too much inspiration from that. Maybe we do my own style. So I'm going to look at my actual 3D model that I use. I really like just drawing the circles. Maybe we just slot in just where the eyes would be. So say this is the brow line. Wait, no, that's not the brow line. That's the eye line I drew. So we'll draw in just some very simple shapes. And then when people draw emotes, they typically draw the nose. Not really. They're usually kind of chibi-fied. As a matter of fact, we might make the eyes actually a little bigger. We still want to add that gap of separation, though. So they're not coming off of the head and looking weird. It's been so long since I drew. It's going to take me a minute, but we'll get there. Typically, the nose is right here. And then when I find the mouth, I usually go halfway between the chin and then up just a little bit. But I think this chin might be a little too big. We'll see. We'll see. I think already I kind of drew the eye out a little too far. Because I didn't separate where my head is going to be, or the sides of my face. We could probably still make it work, though. All this gets covered up by, like, hair and stuff, too. So I really shouldn't focus on these details like crazy. Should probably use my peer ref board, but I'm just opening up the files individually as images. Ooh, okay. So here is the real question. Do we do that angle or do we do this angle because of how the character's hair is? If we look at the character's hair, the hair covers the left eye. And if we're looking at it from this angle, we're going to see a lot of hair here. I think that's okay. We can make that work still. Maybe we even make some of the hair transparent. Like how it is here. Hey, Rez. We might do that. And we want big eyes and big, like, thick lines because this is going to be an emote. So we want to make sure that it's very readable when it's small, is kind of what we're looking at. Interesting. Yeah, the long-awaited art stream. I don't typically draw chibi like design, so this will be very weird. Honestly, I probably just should have just like made it a circle, like something like along these lines. You know, we don't do too detailed, maybe. You know, we don't want our character to look fat, but honestly, that could be fine. We just keep the features kind of round, and then chibi characters even have necks. Maybe we need to look at like chibi designs. I don't think they have necks. If it is, it's super tiny. We'll just keep this red, just bright red for now, to kind of picture where the heart will go and what it will cover up. So yeah, for real. And we just get the fill tool here, and then no, I really like this brush though because I could literally just draw the most simple shapes, and there's no worry because we know we're coming back to it. We know it's sketch. You know, it's very, it's very readable that it is one. Let's see here. We want to make sure it's looking up and towards like the chat or the stream. These are supposed to be the lower lids. I always hate drawing the eyes in this stage, so I think we'll leave them blank and then actually go in later. Let's get a block in for the hair. I typically like doing that because it helps me get a sense of these proportions. It just helps me in the end when I do it. Some might say it's a waste of time, but I find that it really helps. So our hair comes down over our eye, but I have a plan for that in a second. I'm quite literally following my my avatar at this point. And And we'll just keep this here. And then a bunch of little pieces come down here, which we might just clump as like one thing here. So we'll just do that as like, say that's the clump. And now here is the question. I think we want the ear to stick out. So we'll make sure we leave a little bit of area for that. Let me draw a little neck. Like truly like little because of how these are typically done. Turn this off for a second. For clothes, I think we're gonna go with the typical suit, shirt, and tie with the turtleneck. Yeah, I think we stick with that. And then I don't want these to more come around here. You won't even be able to see it, which is fine. I'm spending too long blocking in the hair. We really just need to get like the general shape in. So I think it might actually like clip off of the screen, which we're fine with. I think this would come down more like this here. This is what the block would look like, which that's looking okay. Okay, I think we go into our actual first sketch now. So what we do, I say first sketch, second sketch is what we would call it. So what we'll do is we'll grab like a light blue and we'll lock the alpha to this so then we can paint over this and make all this line art blue. And then we can lower the opacity a bit. And then now we actually get into the fun part. I don't need the color wheel right now, so we'll shrink this up. Actually, while we're in this stage, Are there any like base proportions that we want to switch? Probably. Yes, for sure there is. Grab the body here. And do something like that. I have to fight the urge not, like, to keep the round shape. I need to keep this round shape, basically. Alright. I'm gonna name these layers because it just helps me in the future. So we'll name it, like, second. First and second. Now, I want pretty thick line art. Does that mean we do the same with our sketch? I don't think so. We could try it out here. I mean, it's not that bad. We still generally want to keep the shape of the eye. So this is just a trick that I used to use. And the whole point of it is just to kind of help keep our eyes in these boxes. It's typically, I used to use them to kind of denote, like, okay, here's the corner of the eye, and then I would make the eye in it. But these are a little big to suit for or increase in eye size. Let me get a straight-on view of how this character looks. Drawing in the eye guides. God damn it. I'm just gonna undo and do it on the proper layer. I don't think we go crazy with the eyelashes yet. I think I'll do the iris, and then we figure out bottom of the eyes afterwards. God, they look so evil when I just draw, like, a line. for some reason, whenever I'm watching someone draw eyes and they just draw a line, it looks fine. Like, doesn't this look fucking evil when I do that? Or when I draw circles? It looks deranged. I don't get how they do that. Like, no matter what I do, if I just draw this, evil. So you're gonna see a lot of undoing this stream. So I hope y'all are ready for it. You know, maybe I'll just do like shorter lines like this. Like I immediately get the line that I want. I shouldn't use my sketch brush as an eraser. We already done it, so let's just do that. Actually get a proper eraser. It said get a proper eraser. And then like adding a little bit of the lower lid. Kind of just helps set the eyes a little bit. Make them look a little less weird, I guess. Now, they still look a little too psychotic. It's funny because I'm actually looking at the little viewfinder at the top to like kind of actually check and see what looks right and what looks weird. Because it needs to be readable if it's small, kind of thing. So okay, we're making progress. Now I'm going to fight against everything I said and not make the face what do you call it? Perfectly round. So this was the artwork that I had done for me, and I'm just looking to see how they did it. Oh, 100%. Because this is almost a chibi style, but they actually use like still proper kind of proportions here. It's not perfectly round. They tapered the jawline. Looks really good. This person did such a good job. Because I'm not liking this weird baby alien look. Is what I'm not liking. So maybe we just don't do that. But we keep the eyes, I think, for sure. I mean, keep the eyes a little bit. I do kind of want to make them a little smaller. If you just do a straight line, like literally like this, it looks atrocious. Yeah, no. When did I draw this? Okay. The eyes look a little deranged now. They look a little scary. Let's actually just round them off. Like, make them thick. Round them off. Are we looking on the other side? It's looking a little odd. I think we just grab our liquefy tool and just push this in a little bit. You're following the sketch just a little bit too close there. Gotta remember, the center line is actually more like right here. No. It's still kind of where it is. So if we just draw a big, big smile, big smile, big smile, big smile, huge smile. How the fuck are we gonna draw this? Let's see what other people have done. Really? Oh, just kind of any way that looks good. Okay. So there isn't like a set in stone way that's like people do this. So, I think we need to make our brush a little bigger, especially since we're drawing some of these lines. Like, I think we should go over and like make sure these lines are thick. I'm gonna look up some anatomy really quick. How does the ear and chin form? Ear and jaw form. Okay, I don't want anatomy like that crazy. I'm not looking for cheek pain. Oh my god. Ear anatomy? Wait. Jaw anatomy. Okay. So this would actually come up like right here. It might be a little too far, but I think we're good. I'm not going to get too detailed in the ear on the sketch. Let's not worry about that. Yeah, I like this shape. Definitely we're going to make it look really clean at some point and fix kind of the weird line art. But I'm liking this idea so far for it. Why it looks weird though is because there's like this like zone here, and then this zone here is smaller because we're not showing this. So maybe we extend this out a little bit. We could show that there is something there. Something along those lines. Maybe we'll have this come down a little more. Then we kind of have to do the same for the other side. You know, what I'm excited for is actually, like, coloring the eyes, because that's when you actually, like, that's when it looks good. Like, I could just show, like, really quick, like, simply, like, darkening this side, like, the top here, like, does so much. Like, that already does so much. So when we get to that point, like, it'll look really good. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave it there just so when people come in the stream, they go, "Oh, that looks good," and not this psychotic stare. So we'll keep it like that for now. We need to figure out. I did this like as a really rough hair block, but we need to figure that out at some point because that looks a little odd. Let's get that smile in that we were trying to get in earlier. Is this going to be covered completely? Oh, not really. I think we just get a really light one. Or maybe even like some kind of smugness. Maybe too smug. And now here's the thing that where we break the art laws. We take the mouth and we move it. There's no nose, so this looks really fucking freaky. This looks really fucking weird without a nose. Like, here you could see, like, where the nose is supposed to be, kinda. How do people do this? How do the artists that did mine do it? Oh, okay, they simply did a little shade for the nose. So maybe, the nose, for now... Oh, we did this on the wrong layer. Oh, that's fine. We simply just... We don't want to shade it too suspiciously here. Yeah, that looks a little suspicious. Maybe we do a line. I don't really like doing noses like that. I typically like drawing like a nostril. And then like what I also do is I like to draw just something there that you would understand that there's probably a nose there. I mean that could work. Not really digging that smile. Erase it. Destroy it. Came back. Let's swap the music to any other Hollow Knight music, City of Tears, Outdoor Steam with in-game rain. Do we want the rain? Green Path OST. that what we were just listening to? No, we were listening to the Fungal Waste. Green Path. There we go. Hollow Knight music slaps. I love it. Anyone here actually play Hollow Knight before? There's a time when my computer completely stopped working for a couple months, and I got Game Pass for the Xbox, and it was on Game Pass, and I just like cruised through it. Hollow Knight. We... Never heard of it. Really? Okay. It's kind of like a Metroidvania kind of game, and it has like very slight Souls-like elements where like you die, you have to, you know, you respawn at a checkpoint when all the enemies respawn when you die. That kind of game. It's not too hard, but it is a lot of fun. It's really good, and it's a vibe as well. I love it. This we don't want to cover that eye too much. However, we do want this to come down more like that. It's the game where, hold on, you might have actually seen the character. It's the game where this guy comes from. This little dude. But yeah, no, it's like very. The soundtrack is very calming. It's very unique game. I enjoy it. Okay, you have cool. I figured if you saw the artwork, you would probably recognize it. I don't know why I'm drawing this here. Like it's just kind of fun to do this, I guess. It serves no purpose because I'm not going to use this in the end drawing, but it's fun to just draw it, so I do it anyways. All right, so if we take this and we grab it like a mask and we hide the areas that are covered by the hair, say other than like the eyes, we want the eyes to be shown like at all times. The eyebrows. This is kind of what we're looking at so far. Not too bad. Okay. Okay. Now, I've run into a little bit of a predicament, and that is how are we going to do our line art? So we have a couple choices for our line art. I wanted to do smooth, clean line art, which means the G Pen might be a good tool. But the issue with the G Pen is it's very hard for me to be consistent with its shape. Like, say I wanted to continue this line, it's weird. Like, I guess I could do it, but it's odd. I'm not used to it. Typically I use something like a real G Pen, and it has this rougher edge, but it allows you to blend these lines really easily and create this like really nice consistent like curve with it too. We could try to do that with G Pen, but it's just you get to these weird spots where it's thicker in some areas. I guess you can call that line variety, and we could make it work. I'm not sure. We could try it out and see. There's something weird with this, though. Ah, that's what it is. I think what we need to do is grab this. Let's delete the mask for now. Grab this and move it a little more this way. Move this a little bit more up. So we want to make sure we do this stage of the drawing right, because once we move on from this, it's going to be kind of hard to go back. I like this eye more compared to the other one. So if we're going to make changes, it would be to this one. Make sure we're flipping constantly. Let's actually grab it from like this middle point here. So when we move it up, I have so many pens now. I went through this stage of like downloading a bunch of these pens because I'd see like artwork drawn with it, and I was like, I want to draw artwork like them. And then I download their pen, and then it doesn't work like that. So I've stuck to a couple. This is like my sketching pen. This is the one, believe they go by Kuroshiro on like YouTube and their socials. Great artist. This is their pen that they use, but I don't use it for line art. I use it strictly for sketching. I'm not liking how thin these eyebrows are. Maybe we do just make them a little bit thicker towards these sides. So you might hear the wind outside. It is frigid right now, and it's supposed to snow probably early in the morning. I don't know how much snow we're gonna get, but my dad was saying we might get snowed in, so I'll just be ready for that, basically. Kind of extended the back of the head here because I thought that would look better, but I don't think it'll matter because we'll cover it with hair anyways. I do want to get better at drawing like heads in general without hair, because I feel like if you get better at doing it without hair, your heads will probably just look better. If you get good at drawing bald heads, your heads will look good with hair. That's kind of my mentality. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I think we're gonna just take a couple shortcuts. I think we're almost ready to just move on to line art, actually. Maybe we change the composition just a little bit here. The heart. I notice our character is a little far to the right, which is fine. But I do want to take up the entire like square of the emote. So maybe we'll place it right here, and then we'll have hands come up from the other side. We'll add a couple fingies down here. All right, Rez, take care, brother. Thanks for joining. I think we make the heart a little bigger. And then we'll also add line art on the hair as well, which that will help make it look better. We have the actual shirt drawn in, so that covers that part of the frame. I'm kind of liking this so far. And we could do a little fun thing here. And I'm gonna pull up my references again. Okay, so we can probably do like a gradient or something. Definitely outline it. So we can actually just kind of pop an outline on it right now, which is kind of cool. It's not going to look great because it's how the outline works. The outline works based off of the actual shape, so we'll have to draw that here. So something like that, and then we can make it a little thicker. And then do something like add little highlights. Maybe before we do that, here's something cool we can do. We'll magic wand this. Grab a gradient. We'll make a gradient. This will be dark red to this. That's too bright. Something a little like that, you know? Okay. What I do want to do is I actually want to make a color palette at some point tonight. Based off of this emote. We'll pick the color palette. And then for all of our other emotes that we're going to make, we'll use the exact same colors that we used on this one, just to keep like a line of consistency across all of our emotes. I don't know why I'm touching up the hair still. I think we'll move on to line art. Let's give this a save. I totally realized that we haven't saved this yet, so let's do that. Clip Studio Files. Just name it after today's date. That's typically what I do with all my files. I was at when I started drawing, I gave all my files a unique name, and then you start to get to the point where you're sitting there thinking of names. So I'm just gonna name it after the date, and that's how I do all of them now. So with the now that we added that like line art almost to this, the border effect is actually taking up more of the frame now. We made it bigger, so this fits perfectly in an emote. So now we will do the same thing we did earlier, and we'll make this like pink or something, a very light pink, and then oh, hold on, I still have the layer that I used. What the fuck? What layer is this? Nothing's there. We'll just use that for our. This will be our third layer. Yeah. God, see how psychotic those eyes look without that? We'll keep that there for now, though, because we do want that. All right. I think for line art, since I want that clean look to it, we might just use the G pen. Because the line art brush I have here, I think if you do it lightly, I mean, work. I'm fucking, what? Wait, did your sub run out? No, there's no way it did, right? No, you subbed 13 days ago. What the hell is going on here? Did you get like a pop-up ad, or was it like a 30-second ad run? What? You shouldn't get those. That's weird. Because I'm looking and it says I just ran an ad. I think that was because that was the ad break. But God, I wish I could just turn off ads. Like I don't make anything from them. I make literally a penny, less than a penny from them. Like they don't serve me any purpose. I wish I could just turn them off. Oh, this art's cute. I was looking at reference art for Chibi, and it's cute. Commercial use clip art. What the hell? Okay, yeah. Okay. What was I saying? So I could use this line art brush. I feel like it's kind of opaque though, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it works. I don't know. The tails of them are kind of opaque, which isn't the worst thing. It's always weird because this just looks so good when I use it, but I don't want that rough look. All right, we'll try it with just this here really quick. Now, one of my issues with this pen in particular is that, like, the ends can be round and then they can also be sharp at the same time. Like, and when I exit, per se, it's sharp, but when I start, it's like thick and round. How about this brush? This is just round. Like, and with this, I can, I don't know, maybe we just do that because it is going to be small anyways. Okay, I'm not sketching, I'm doing line art, so let me not draw like an asshole. Now, do we want to draw the eye like that? I think we do. Now we draw the other one. We're gonna draw it mirrored. And I didn't cover sketch completely, and I think it's fine. Now here's the issue. This cuts off at a different point. So we want to make sure we keep that in mind. So say this cuts off right here. Right? And then how do we do it here? We kind of just went a little bit of an S shape. So we'll copy it, that like S shape look right there. I think that's good. And then I'd like splitting these into actual layers now. So we might make a folder and actually just call this line art. And let's swap music because we've been listening to Hollow Knight Green Path for a bit. What do we have? God, I wish I had Spotify because I had this really nice Spanish guitar playlist. But I'd rather not like listen to Spotify and get ads right now because I don't have premium. And the Spanish guitar playlist I found on YouTube was not as good. Um, take a look. We'll keep playing this so we have something in the background. Oh, my music playlist. What's in this? Nothing I want to listen to for art. Oh, fuck it. You know what? Here we go. Oh, nope. Was not saying anything at all. I have been in pure silence listening to the jazz music. You know, it's not too clean, but also it's going to be viewed from this far away, so I don't think I'm going to get too anal about how clean the line art is. No, no, no. Do not cut the layer. Yeah, I mean, when I add all the layers and stuff, I'm digging it. Last night I was working on a little bit of art that was I was using a new strategy or a new method, um, which was painting without a sketch, because I've been watching this artist. I believe his name is Pluvium Grandis. Amazing artist. Um, and I was just trying to like learn what he does by doing it, basically, and it is very tough. Um, and I'm not happy with how it turned out, like at all. But I can see the improvement of the last time I attempted that. The last time I attempted it, it looked like it was a Picasso painting, but not in the good way. The second time, you can actually see that there was like I was trying to draw a person, you know? I think since I like this shape, but I don't like the length of it, we'll just do this. Yeah, it should be good. Cool when you stack all your layers on top of each other and actually see how it turns out. I think we're gonna leave the eyes blank until we actually go into the like rendering stage for them. Are we happy with this ear placement? I think it's okay. I think we're fine. Hold up though. I think we made the same mistake as last time, where this is just a little too far out. So we'll just grab it and we'll just move it in. We're gonna leave it as is until I draw the rest of the face and see how it looks on it, because it's actually hard to tell right now just based off of this. I think what I enjoy about drawing is I don't enjoy this stage. I think this stage, I look at my drawing and I'm like, this looks atrocious. I don't know how to draw. I'm awful. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I get to this stage and I'm like, okay, I can see it, you know? I can see the vision. And then finally you get to your final stage. And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicks, and it's I want to get to the point where I can get out of the early stages faster and into this quicker, basically. Okay. Want to make sure thick line art. We're gonna put this on its own layer as well. Just because I'm probably gonna cross over with the eye, and I don't want to conflict with that. So right here, the general shape is like this, but we kind of want it to come in a little bit at the end. Like, we want this shape, basically. Oh. This shape, but less, if you get what I'm saying. Fuck, I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's get our little nose and our little smile in. Ooh, instead of that, let's use our pen as an eraser. That'll work. Typically, when your head kind of comes out like this at around your brow line, goes in, and then it comes back out. So maybe I just do that. God, I don't like how when I increase the size of the pen, the edges become more rough, basically. But we might just have to live with it. I don't want to swap what pen I use right now, but it might honestly be worth doing it. Going back over some of the stuff I've already drawn. Because I actually kind of want this clean look here. What's with this line art pen? How does this look when it's thicker? We might honestly use this. Weird because my hand placement, I'm trying to use my arm and I'm like hitting it against my desk. There we go. I need a bigger tablet. Honestly, that's what I want. I'm actually really liking how this looks, this pen for line art. You know, I might keep this ear a little bit pointed because it's always hard for people to tell. My character that I used for VR chat, he's supposed to be a vampire, but it's always very hard to tell. People are like, "Oh, the texture's way too pale." I'm like, "That's the point. Like, it's fucking idiot," you know. How do people draw an ear? Oh, let me look at an ear. Ear, front view. They typically don't draw them like this. Oh, I was saying, we might keep it pointed because, I was saying how people don't realize that this character that I use for, like, VR chat and my VTuber stuff, speaking of which, he's supposed to be a vampire, but people don't get it, and they're like, "Oh, your character's, the skin's way too pale." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the point, you know. He's supposed to look pale." Honestly, we might just leave it like that, and then. And we don't draw the entire head because it's going to be covered up by what you call it, you know, hair. Is this pen blend color? Ugh. Ew. Gross. Ew. Icky. Whatever, that's fine. It's so minuscule that you will not be able to tell. And then we'll do another layer from here, but I think we're gonna go in and quickly fix up the eyes with the new pen, and we'll simply just lower the opacity and then go over them. Now I want to leave that like sharp edge, so I'll come out here. Here, make sure we're actually tracing this sketch and not our old one. Now, is this actually worth doing? I don't think it is. I think I'm making more work for myself, and we honestly just keep the eyes how they are. I think I'm honestly just making more work for myself. If I really want, I don't really want to redraw those because there's not really much of a point. Because look, we're gonna view it. It's gonna be this small. Do you think anyone's gonna tell? Do you think anyone's gonna be able to tell that we're using a different brush? Fuck me, dude. Like, all right. Now, what I wanted to check was this. This fuck up. We can see it now since we've drawn our head. So we'll cut this line and grab this. And I'm going to view it from this side. How does this compare to our sketch? This bit here comes out more like this. Now, if we close that, still a little bit too much. So we'll just grab this, move it a little more this way. I think it's actually less of that and more of just the thickness of the lines. So maybe we go back and make the other side thicker. I will be consistent though and actually use the same pen that I'm using for this here. And we'll just go back and maybe make this just a little bit thicker. And probably just call that good. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible when I flip it. It's still like a kind of a different shape. I'm gonna say that that's fine because of just the angle that we're looking at. Yeah, I think we'll say that's fine. Let's do definitely a new layer for clothes though. So say that the center of the chin is right here, right? So wrong pen. We'll use that. And the reason we're trying to find the center of the chin is just so we can start where our lines will actually go to, like that, right? But I think we'll start it right there. We'll have this just come up. And we'll have it cross this here. Just mirror a little bit. Ooh, this pen really pays off doing everything in like one brush stroke. That's nice. I feel like that sits a little too low, so we can actually move it up. And then simply reconnect these lines here. And I think it's okay if they go behind a little bit, or if they overlap, because we can clear that all up later with masks and such. And then we throw the hair on. And we throw our heart on really quick. Okay. I'm thinking now we can probably start blocking in our colors. Save it. I need to hit that save button way more often. I'm gonna name these. We're gonna do ourselves a favor and actually connect the top of the head. This literally won't be seen, so I actually don't need to be too perfect with this. I just need to connect it. So when we fill in our colors, that will be easier to actually fill in. So I think we do that now. Let's fill in our colors. So let's do this. And then we're going to make a new folder. We're going to put it under a line art folder, probably under our sketch too. We'll name this colors. And we'll make it red. And we'll make this orange. And we'll make these two yellow. I'll make that yellow too because it counts as a sketch. What is this? Oh, that was my eye shading that I used before. We can actually delete some of these layers now. I'll keep the eye shading for this. Make it yellow. Yeah, I don't normally do this, but it's a good idea to actually color your layers. Typically, what I'll do is I'll color layers based off of if they're a sketch, if they are meant for coloring, or if they're meant for line art. This technically is a sketch, but you know, we'll leave that as it is. Let's get our base color, is what we'll call this. We'll miscapitalize it there, and we'll keep it like that. It adds character. And what we do is we find our painting tool without gaps, find a gray color, and if this works, Oh, it worked. So that saves us the pain of needing to use the fill tool and like filling in stuff. I'm hoping that should connect that too. Actually, now that we're here, let's refine the line art for these bits so they don't overlap. So like here, we would simply just erase that. The vest would pop over the shirt. We might mask it, so it would be more something like this. I'm now seeing though that this is different. Do we make the vest pop up here? If we, oh, that's the wrong tool. Like here. No, we don't. I think we will do something like this. We'll remove this line. Turn on our sketch here. Where's our second sketch? Honestly, yeah, we'll just have that come in there. That's not too perfect. We can have it come out there instead. Make sure there's no lumpies and bumpies. Get rid of all those. Now I am noticing that these lines are slightly opaque. We're gonna run with it. I think it's okay. I think we're okay. However, new issue has occurred. We will simply grab our specific pen for this instance. That doesn't actually... Wait, can I make this work? Can I set this entire folder as reference? And then... Aha! There we go. I think it's part of the shirt there. Yeah, that is. Okay. I can actually just erase this. That's fine. Save. Okay. Now, I'm going to just lay in flats. Oh, hold on. Hair. We need to do the hairline art. I have an idea. We are simply going to... We're not going to do each individual strand. We are just going to do literally the outline, and that is it. We're not going to touch anything else. So let's do that. Yeah, the brush set I'm using, the one that I use for sketches, not the Kuroshiro. That's a tongue twister. That pen is its own, but these other pen set that I have is from some normal artist on YouTube. I basically just use the basic one with no pressure, which is the pen that I initially use where really rough sketch. But I'm actually using his line art one today, which I might not use it anymore. because I realized that it's opaque in certain places. We might use the G pen here, as much as I hate it. Now, do I make a bit that sticks out here? I don't think I do. I think I literally just connect these. And then maybe have something that comes out here. The reason I don't like it is because the G pen is because of how these tips are, basically. It's... Is this one better? This one still has those, like, rough edges, but this one might be... No, that one's not better. This one does the same, like, doesn't do that. This one has round ends. Which is why I was like, I like this one, because it does sharp ends. See, like, that's what I want from this pen. Adjust by speed? Wait, what? What is it, adjust by speed? Hold on. Oh, stabilize. Okay, I was very confused there. Honestly, we might be able to tweak this really fast. Brush size. Adjusted by tilt and pen pressure. That's fine, right? It's the starting and ending that I hate. Why don't I turn both of those off? Oh, I think it makes it worse. Okay, we'll turn those back on. Starting and ending by speed. Yeah, I don't think it's working. I've used 3 brushes now, by the way. That's I need to figure this out at some point and find the one that I actually like, because I'm looking for an effect and I'm having trouble getting it is the issue. And none of the pens I'm looking at are probably gonna help me here. Like, what's this one? Legit, this one has better ending. Its starting is still dog shit, though. I think we just stick it out with the G pen, honestly. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm just trying to do this. Like, I'm just trying to do... Just trying to connect a couple lines, man. That'll work. Well, now that's weird, because that's... Maybe we don't worry about that. And we keep that, like, as it is. We'll review it after the fact. See how it looks. I need this to come from right here, actually. And it'll need to drop straight down. That's too far down. It needs to end right around there, actually. Now I'm looking at the 3D model that I have. And here, we'll just kind of do something like this, I guess. Simply just connect that line there. I think that's good. All right. Now we pick our colors. We pick our flats first. I think what we'll do is use the fill tool on this. Our lines should be good enough that where we can just do that. If not, we can always just come in and fix it. Okay. We'll pick strong colors first, just to get them in. Without worrying about any line art. Let's do that. It's nice when you have nice, clean line art. The colors just slot in right away. That's so nice. And then call that good there. Okay, let's pick some better base colors. I think for our skin needs to be more pale. A little bit more. This is where we actually want to extend our color wheel out a little bit more. And then our hair. Maybe more along these levels here. Maybe a little more saturated. A little bit more. I think what we'll also do while we're here is fix these lines and make sure that we are adding masks to these, because the hair is going over them now, so and they're not getting colored because of that. Oh, 100%. What is that a part of? That vest? That is shirt? That is part of the shirt, okay. And we'll just grab our color here and pen it in. We'll use our no pressure pen. This is a little easier on us. And then we want to also hide some of this head. So we'll make sure we do that. Make sure we're very careful with how we do this. Because this is our line art. I think we will maybe just keep it like that. I want this to taper just a little bit more. Very hard to do that though, because we are using a eraser. Let's actually use the pen and then use the transparent feature on the pen to draw it in. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Jesus Christ. Wind is really blowing outside. Really cold here? Yeah. You guys getting any snow at all? Because I know it snowed where Moon is, and then it's gonna snow here around 8 o'clock in the morning. Just icy rain. Yeah. Okay. I am digging these base colors. Now that I'm looking at this, I think our eyes might be placed a little weird. Not really. I mean, they're okay. I mean, what if we just grab them like this? Just to see if, like, positioning them somewhere else would look better? No, I think maybe... Maybe like that. I don't hate that. Compared to what it was, it has a tilt here, and here it's a little flatter. I am noticing, though, that our eyeliner is a little thin, but I think we'll be okay with that. Yeah, I like this more. We're gonna keep it like that. All we did was just tilt it. Now, in terms of, like, actually moving eyes, like, if we want to move these a little closer. No, I think we keep them where they are. We went through all that effort. I think least we can do is just keep them there. I kind of want to put the hair on its own layer. And the reason for that is because I want to do something kind of cool here, where I... that's not exactly how I meant to show it off. Basically, this area would become kind of transparent, and it would allow me to show the eye while it's there. Maybe we keep it covered, because you can see the other one, and it's fine. Oh, isn't this looking good? Wait. Hold up. I'm actually really happy with this. You throw the heart in there, and it comes together. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm thinking we separate the layers for sure. How did I do my last drawing? We can open it up, actually, and look and see how I did it. We can use my last drawing as a good reference, because however I did it last time was really good. This is the last drawing I did. So for the eyes, that's just the skin color. I mean, like, obviously the pupils are separate, but... Okay. I find that when I try and draw in the irises, they look really bad. Especially if I do it on a separate layer. If I can find another piece of art that I've done in the past. Okay, so this is a really, really old thing I did. It's so bad that I actually might... I kind of want to come back and revisit this piece. But see how there's this harsh line here where the iris is... Because it's this pure... Not the iris, the sclera. It's this pure white, basically. Um, it looks terrible compared to just this where it blends in because it is the same color. Um, so we might do something more along the lines of this. Okay. This one, you can see I didn't organize my layers and stuff. You can see how I actually did it, though. I can show you really quick. Let me remove the blood. So the skin, it's the base color, right? And then I added my shadows on its own layer, on a multiply layer. And I actually colored the shadows, so if I remove the skin... very hard to see it, because it's not on the layer, but... At first, I just did black, and it looked really bad, and then I actually colored the shadow to the skin, and then added a little bit of red glow to the edge, which I intend to do to this one, too. We'll keep this up, because I want to reference this. It's so weird drawing with thicker line art, because you could see where I use very thin line art on my other pieces that I do. The more I'm looking at this eye, the less I'm liking it. I think I'm just gonna grab it. Just move it a little bit. Wow. We're gonna grab it. Move it just a little bit to the right. Maybe just ever so slightly, like that. How does that look? I like it more. We're sticking with it. We got to make sure we keep a width of another eye in between, because that's how people usually are, where with your head you can fit another eye in between your two eyes. That's how you differentiate like the width between them. So I try to keep there. I think they just look a little weird because they're a little thinner with their line art. Okay. I'm gonna draw pupils. I think that's just what I need to do right away, and then I can draw shadows in a second. So honestly, I want to get rid of this layer here. Move this somewhere outside where I don't have to see it ever again. Okay. We start with red. I think I'm gonna make the eye color show through the hair. I think that might be a cool little touch. And then we lock opacity. So now we can only color the red, which that'll help us here in a second. So let's draw our shadows here. And we actually might use a different brush for this. I don't know if we do, actually. Let's draw both the eyes at the exact same time while we're doing this, too. So we want to draw the edges. Make sure the edges are dark and then the top is dark. And keep the bottom light. Honestly, I kind of want to remove the hairline art while I do this. Maybe not. Now we can. We might actually curve these sides here more. Yeah, definitely curve these in. We grab this color and we make it a little darker. We don't want to do pitch black. Let me grab this brush. I think this one will help us a little bit. I might actually put this on one more layer. Well, this is actually pupils. This would be iris. way I did the shadows on this, I think I just kind of brushed them in. I would like to see this layer normal and how I actually did it. Did I just color it in and then it multiply? I think I did. If I look at it here, it looks like I just colored it in. So this is a solid layer. So if I were to take, or to duplicate this, alpha lock it, name it shadows, and then just paint it 100% black. It's the wrong brush. That looks cool. Hit multiply, and lower the opacity down. And we erase areas where there's light. So I'd say this entire area here. Maybe here. And then the entire front of the head. I don't need it. I don't need it. I feel like the eyes are just a little bit dead looking, so we fix that by just adding a couple highlights. We'll just go pure white, and then we grab our square brush, square pen. Something like that. And now these shadows that I have look like dog shit. So what we do is we color them now, hopefully. Because they kind of give this look of like, it's just gray. Well, actually, hold on. Wait, what happens when you hit the multiply button? That doesn't fix anything. Okay. So we'll grab like our skin color here. We'll lock it. And then we'll just use the G pen, sure. But the skin color, we probably lower it, maybe make it a little bit more reddish. We'll just test it out, see how it looks. If it looks bad, then we change it. I think it looks a little bad, so we will change it. Just kind of mess around with different settings until we find one that looks good. So we want to make sure that it's not just completely overriding it. So how does this look if we hit normal? Multiply on. About 50% opacity. See what looks good with those. I definitely want it to be a little more saturated. And then on the clothes, we could leave it the same. The hair, maybe we make it like a nice rich red. Maybe a little darker. I also realized I didn't put any shadows on this side, so maybe add a couple here and there. We also need to add some in order to mark where certain clumps of hair are. So like right here, maybe we just do a little bit of that, a little one there. Let's go back to our reference. Okay. Oh. What I also like doing is going from where the root of the hair is and just doing some lines outwards. We maybe just do a couple here. And this just gives us the idea of like thickness, basically. I think maybe we just... Oh, you know what? It looks a little weird because our hair is actually coming from this side. Not necessarily. I mean, it could still come from there, so we can keep that. Especially if we make the angles a little bit more, like, sharper towards that side. Like, it's actually more of coming from here. Maybe we don't do that just yet. Maybe we just do a couple lines like that. Ooh, hold on. We don't do that one because there's a ponytail here that we gotta remember. Also, we need to remember that when we color pick, we have to actually pick the right color too. I think that's good, actually. I think we're chilling right there. God, it looks so good when we just get some colors on it, you know? All right, I need to see how people draw hands holding the hearts. What's funny is I can actually make a couple emotes out of this one emote too, which is kind of cool. I feel like no, I don't want to make it darker. I think we're good. However, I do need to add some extra details on the face. Like, where is our line art? Right here. Almost forgot the key feature. There we go. And then freckles. I think we'll grab the skin color and then find a good pen. We need to make sure they're pretty... They got some color to them and some size. They look a little too big. Maybe just that. And then maybe we take a soft brush and we just do a small pass, like that. In terms of color though, still not big on it, so we can just lock the layer and find a new color for them. I'm thinking... Honestly, that looks fine. I completely forgot about glasses. I don't think I'm gonna put glasses on it. I know it's part of the character, but also I think it looks cute without them. So we'll leave it there. All right, time to flip it. No, not redo it. Time to flip it. You know, the eye looks a little off, but also not off enough that I want to change it. If anything, really quick, since I actually haven't really done a whole lot to, like, you know, I haven't rendered it, I could just grab this. It's for eyelids. Move it over here a little bit. I moved it a little bit too far. Maybe just a little bit in, and that's good. Yeah, I think we're fine. Now, for some reason, hearts are very hard to draw because you can draw one side and then you draw the other side and it looks very lopsided. How's that looking? A little lopsided. Almost like I want to put a mirror, like, wait. It's a little cheaty, but guess what I can do? Ruler. Symmetrical ruler. No, I want it to be a little rounder. This is going to take me several attempts. Maybe I need to turn on some stabilization really quick because this is fucking me up. Drawing slowly when drawing quickly. It's the rest of the drawing that's throwing me off. Oh, I'm doing this. Maybe I don't do it like this. Sure. Just so I don't have to do a bunch of masking, I might actually put this color layer right underneath this, and then simply color this red like this. I need to draw fingers. Shit. I'm gonna keep them very simple because, frankly, I'm getting tired of drawing. We've been drawing for almost 3 hours now. Hey, I'm gonna finish this first, but I'm just gonna say, I'm surprised that we're basically done in 3 hours. I was actually not expecting to get this far in the stream, and we kind of made something pretty cool, so I'm very happy with it. That being said, we gotta draw some thingies. Now I don't just want to copy straight from what I'm seeing from somebody else. But what I am saying is we can draw one hand and mirror it, is what they've done. So we might do that. So I'm actually going to turn off this reference because I don't want to copy somebody else's work. I'm just seeing what they do and then seeing if it's a good idea for me to do it. I'm not liking, though, exactly the shape of this heart. I feel like I might need to redo it. And I'm thinking I should redo it before I get too far into it. We'll do this exact coloring. But I'm not digging how it's looking right now. Because in trying to get it into perspective, I've just made it look weird. I think what I actually need to do is just draw a heart and tilt it. So I'm actually going to just delete this layer. We'll just redo it, basically. I gotta remember it should be round and not too pointed, so. Really not liking the G pen for this. Maybe not adjust by speed. I can stabilize it a little bit more, which I think I'm gonna do. Something like that. Honestly, maybe a little bigger. Oh, wait. And then we can come in up here. So delete ruler. And what my plan was, we're just gonna move it down and just tilt it like this. I think this is a better idea. This is what I see some other artists do. So we're gonna try it out. I want to make sure I'm not covering up the face too much, and I'm not leaving a gap down here. So I'm thinking, because it's kind of like the idea that, you're bringing it up to your face, and holding it. So I think right there might be good. And then we will do this, and we'll reuse this layer because it still works. Maybe I color pick, though, from it before I do that. Yeah, and now we can Delete. Cover everything up here. Lock it. And then what I'll do is I will literally duplicate this layer, move it over, transform, flip, grab, and then we'll grab our skin color. Reference this layer. We can actually merge these two layers down. So we have to reset the reference. Grab the pen that doesn't stick out. A pen that doesn't stick out. That is the whole name of that pen. And then Now, here's the question. Do we add the black fingernails on? Because he wears black fingernail polish. And I think we're good. I think we don't need to. I think that's a little bit too much. We will add a little bit of ambient occlusion, though. Just on maybe some of these edges here. Ooh, you know, I don't like that color for ambient occlusion, so we'll just grab the red that we use here. Looks a little better. Oh, wait. Oh, we gotta grab a different brush, actually. But we can lock it now. I mean, the ambient occlusion should be on this side, I think. Okay, I need to black my display really quick. Stand by. One. Okay. Best viewers on what? I don't understand. Here's my ban button. There we go. Oh, banning someone doesn't remove their message? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, so if I go over to... Oh, no worries. Here. Now, I would like to make these sub-emotes so you can use these anywhere. So... Oh, is it going to add that prefix to the message? Ugh, that's annoying. So, it's going to be Captain Q4 and then heart, which is dumb, but, you know, whatever. I wonder if I can change my emote prefix. I'm assuming that's a partner thing. How to change emote prefix on Twitch. Dashboard, viewer rewards, emotes, subscriber emotes. If you're eligible, you'll see an update prefix button. No. No, I don't. No, I don't see it. That's fine. must be less than 1 megabyte. You have a resolution of 112, 112, and 4000 by 4000. What does that mean? 112 by 112 and 4000 by 4000. What do you want from me? All right. It's fine. Completed work. Dash. No, not dash. Yeah, dash. 112. X112. And then specify output size 112 by 112. Save. I might need to make the line art a little bit thicker at some point, but you know what? Upload. All right. Now, if we go to Stream Manager, where's my fucking emote? Where's my fucking emote? Where is it? Motherfucker. You motherfuckers. Stand by. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Yeah. There we go. I love it. I love it. I might need to go in and make the shadow shapes a little bigger. You know, we could probably use a little bit more of the square space as well. Just by increasing the size of everything by just a little bit. But it's our little guy. We finally have our first official emote. Oh, I love it. All right. We've been going for 3 hours. I think we're going to call it there. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I definitely want to do more of these. I want to add, I want to do a LOL emote, which would be, which is this one, if you don't know. I want to do my own version of that. Because I use that emote literally everywhere I go on Twitch. So I want my own version of this. Another one, we'd probably want to get like a Pog one or something, or I don't know. We'd have to come up with some ideas. A wave. I wanted to do an animated wave emote. I thought that would be cute. It'd be my first time doing animation as well. Even though it's just gonna be a simple like rotate arm and hand. That's all it's gonna be. But yeah, we'll call it there for the night. Thanks for dropping by. Maybe we'll do another one of these tomorrow because this was kind of fun. So we'll see. All right, take care. Good night.